I usually do not record videos this back to back. I usually kind of like record them like spaced out between a couple of days. So you're gonna hear like a lot of mouse clicking because I'm on my fucking PC right now. And I just recorded basically like the audio part of another video, and there's a point where I just started basically just yapping about stuff, and I mentioned in it, if that's even gonna be in the video, I mentioned something about like redoing like the religious video, and I wanted to redo it because I'm basically doing the exact same thing I did earlier, where I basically unscripted, but I just wanted to be like, I wanted to just be a little bit more general because I wasn't being very in general. And I kind of spoke about how as a kid I was more atheistic than I am now, which I am more agnostic. Is that as a child, I kind of was believing that there can't be a God, or well, when you're raised, especially like in the Americas, in Canada, or even the U.S., you're going to be raised more around like Christianity. So that's gonna be one of the first things that come to mind. The basics you know about like Christianity, and I was raised, well, not raised. I wasn't raised like Christian or anything like that, but I was exposed to Christianity, and trying to think. So what I knew about like Christianity was all loving God, all powerful, all loving, all knowing. So when I was learning more about like history, I was learning about like the atrocities that kind of happened in the world, like, or the bad things, or what America teaches about, that stuff. I was learning about slavery and the Holocaust and all of these things, and I was like, if God is loving, then if there is a God and He is all loving, then why did He allow these things to happen? Why did He allow slavery? Why did He allow the Holocaust? So, I mean, as a kid, I never really had like any belief in a higher power. Like, I wasn't really raised around or like going to church often. Like, I went to church a couple times, but I only really went to church when I was with only just like some family, not all the time. Cause like I was living at that point, I was living with like my great grandmother, and she didn't really take me to church. Even though she was a Christian, she didn't take me to church because she just didn't have like I guess like she couldn't really walk. I guess not walk, but the church is kind of far, I guess. And so I kind of was able to like learn about religions on my own, and basically for my own opinions on religions. And I was still like an atheist when I was a teen. When I really started to like learn more like religion, I'm hearing from like Christian, Muslim, Jewish, and all these other religious people's perspectives, I started to become more like agnostic. It's like I can't. They like, these people are basically like the opposite of me. Like, I say there is no God. They say there is a God, or there is gods. There are multiple gods, if it's like a Hinduism or some of that from that perspective. So I was thinking about it, and it was like, I'm sure, or generally at that point I was sure there is none, and they are very sure that there are. So it's that like I was thinking, maybe we're like, there's a possibility that we're both wrong. I came to that conclusion that we could possibly both be wrong. We both believe deep down within our heart of hearts that there is a higher power, but there really isn't much of a way to prove a specific higher power. Like, if, let's say in the hypothetical sense that there was a 100% factual proof that there was a higher power or higher powers or something above us, basically. The new problem becomes who exactly or what exactly is that, or if we figured it out, because there's Greek. That'll add on to Greek myths being possibility being the right thing, Egyptian, in the Abrahamic faiths, Hinduism, Zoroastrian. That add into the possibility of all these other religions. And throughout human history, we've always been or human civilization, we've always been very adamant that a specific religion is correct. Like Homer probably very much believed, or people during the time of Homer very much believed that the Greek gods exist. Very, very, very much believed. And people during the Crusades very much believed that Jesus was the Messiah. And in Arabia, in the caliphates, people very much believed that Allah was God and that Muhammad is the final messenger of their religion. And Jews genuinely, Jewish people very much believe that there is one God, and that is Elohim, and blah 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 blah. It goes on. Shit, I just smacked the hell of my mic. That it goes on and on, because people are very adamant, and being adamant or 100% with all your life believing in something just doesn't make it true. So I became more agnostic, because I was like, I cannot 100% say that there is or there isn't a God or a higher power. Because what if the Hindus are right? What if they're like thousands of gods? We cannot know. As in, the only way that someone can really, like, when I watch debates from like a Christian versus a Muslim, because it's usually Christians and Muslims, they're usually using their book, which makes sense, because a Muslim and a Christian generally kind of not use the same book, but like they have like the same foundations, like Abraham and Jacob and all that. So it makes sense. And that it kind of becomes a little bit harder, from my perspective, to debate someone who has like an entirely different like religion to you, like a Hindu debating a Christian. Like, that seems like kind of hard to do, because that you're both going off two fundamental different belief systems. Or a Sikh debating a Muslim. Like, it's like there's similarities, but then like there's differences, right? Well, I guess the Sikh and Muslim, that's a little bit different. But like a Hindu debating any other religious groups, like different faiths, because you're going on two different bases. Like when a Muslim and a Christian, or a Jewish guy and a Muslim debate each other, they're going off the fundamental belief that there is a singular higher power. So they're already kind of baseline agreeing with each other. Well, like a Hindu is like they're more than one god, or more than one higher power. So these two systems automatically kind of don't, agree with each other. They kind of bud. And like I said, I grew up without like really any religious system, so I was able to like read the Bible and read other, today, even now, reading multiple like religious texts to form my opinion on it. Because at the end of the day, people can say anything and they could be correct, but your perspective after you sit down and understand it is how you're going to perceive it, right? Or so like someone could say the Quran is the most beautiful, most elegant, most peaceful book of all time, and then I can read it and then I could think the exact opposite. That doesn't make me more correct. From my perspective, obviously I would be correct, but and that doesn't make them wrong or make them correct, because from their perspective they are correct. So it comes down to you gotta sit down and do your own research. As much as I don't really I hate when people say that, but it's like you gotta do your own research. So, but another point was that when I said that when I was a teen, when I was like more depressed and angsty, that I could have fallen into some of these cult type of groups, like, or not. I'm not gonna say like group cults, but like more like fall into hate groups, or like these very odd like religious sects or something like that. Because these type of cults and religious sects and all that, they tend to they're not like, maybe not directly, but indirectly they tend to prey on like the weak-minded, those people who do not know who they are. You know, like people do not have like an understanding of self, and then they're saying you're broken, right? But we can fix you. We can put you back together. We can patch you up. We can give you the true truth. And I just knocked my fucking HDMI out. We can give you the truth. The truth, and the truth is that you're chosen by God. You're chosen by God. God has chosen you, and it hates everybody that's not you, or it hates everybody that doesn't think like us, or people who do not think like us. They're no better than dogs or whatever. Some fucking weird shit like that. And I'm generally like against those type of belief systems, because like I don't believe like a religion can fundamentally fix you. Because if you had a problem prior, then you're gonna have a problem still there. It's just gonna be hidden away or pushed away. In the sense that like it's like when some Christians say like why, if you don't believe in God, then why aren't you just killing people? It's like, why the fuck would I just be killing people? Like, why would I? Like, they try to make it sound like atheists or agnostics or whatever. Like we're some fucking evil people, or like the devil is like coercing us by putting like $100 bills in our pocket every time we say we don't like God or something like that, or we don't believe in God. When that's not like necessarily like the truth. But like my perspective on like religion isn't anything like bad or good. I'm generally like indifferent, right? When I meet a Christian or I meet a Muslim, it's like I don't sit there and combat them. I was like, are you sure you can believe in this fairy tale or something like that? I'm not gonna say that, because like, bro, I don't care. I don't care what people generally believe in, because it's that as long as you're like super radical or you're not trying to convert me. If you're trying to convert me, then obviously I'm gonna push back. But in general, I don't particularly care what people believe in, because it's none of my business. Like, we're gonna cross paths and we're probably never gonna see each other again. So why do I care? A Christian might say something different because they want to lead you to salvation or some shit. Like, they want to give you the truth, the peace, the light, or whatever they say. Or Muslims, they say we want to guarantee you paradise or something like that. And I guess that's a perspective. And there's good and bad in like religions, obviously. With there have been people who've hurt people, who've shunned family or like kids, or who shunned like their children, because they no longer believe in the faith that they were born into. Which means like you basically had no choice. You were already damned if you do, damned if you don't. When people are like, from my perspective, when people are raised in a religion, you should, like, the parent should not be surprised if the kid doesn't believe, because they were never really given a choice. Like, it was over before it even began. They were already predestined at this point to like drift away from the religion, because they never had a choice in it. Like, if I was raised Christian, I don't think I would like fundamentally be Christian or anything like that. If I was raised it, I probably will still drift away from it, because I was never given a choice. If I was raised Jewish, I probably will still drift away, or Muslim, I'd probably drift away, because I don't believe in it, and I was never really given the choice or the say, and if I believed in it or not. But there, obviously, at the same time, there's been good done in the name of religions, in the name of whatever, like humanitarian aid, charities, and all of that. Good things done in religion, but in my perspective, it's like it's hard to say sometimes, right? Because there are people who are just genuinely good people that are religious, obviously. Well, hold on, let me rephrase that, because that sounds like I'm saying like religion is bad. I mean, they're good people who are regardless of their religion, good people who genuinely care about people. Like, obviously, I'm gonna say I'm a good person, because everyone's gonna say they're a good person, right? You can be very empathetic without believing in a higher power, right? But when it comes to me, like I said, I'm an agnostic. I don't know. I'm very comfortable with saying I just don't fucking know. I don't believe it's really possible to know without using a book you, without using a book for like the Bible or the Quran, it will be very hard to prove that you are 100% right. That is what faith is, right? Faith is just blind belief, just believing in something without having proof for it. There's no general proof that you can use that works only in your religion, right? And the reason I'm not religious, obviously, is because I just don't know. And I've been reading like the Bible. I've been reading the Quran and all that, and other religious texts. Right now, I'm obviously trying to get through like, well, starting the Vesta, because I'm gonna like, I prefer to read like physical books, so I gotta like order the book. I'm gonna read it, and then I'll probably make like a video talking about it. Eventually, I will know overall. Like, obviously, I can't read like every fucking religious text. The Ramayana and all these other books are gonna run my pockets, or run my brain, because I gotta read it all. But there's gonna come a point to, is like, I don't know. Is eventually I'm gonna read all of the Abrahamic books. Obviously, I just need to read the Old and the New Testament and the Quran, and then that'll basically be the Abrahamic faiths done, without counting any apocrypha or the Hadiths. Once those are read, I can form an opinion on how I feel about religion. But I do know that, or I do understand that, as human civilizations, when you go to anywhere in humanity, there is some form of a higher power, or spirits, or gods. Like, you can go to as north as Europe, in Norway, or fucking Greenland or Iceland, and Greenland, and you can go to as south as like in South Africa, and you're gonna find people who believe in something, right? And I'm talking about, like, you can go into like the Amazon, and find like an indigenous tribe, and that they believe in some type of being. It's all over the place. Like, you know, got Quetzalcoatl with the Aztecs, I think. Or is it the Incas? I don't know. Quetzalcoatl, Huitzilopochtli, is that how you say it? And then you have the what's his name? Ogun, or like the Orishas and all that in West Africa. And then you have like a Wak, I don't know if that's that thing anymore, or if you might even know what the hell that is. And all these other religions around the world. Well, that's just like in Africa, but like you got like fucking the Jade Emperor and all that. But where almost everywhere in humanity, we have had like the belief in a higher power, you know. And I do believe that when it comes to that, it's us trying to understand, us trying to make answers for questions we don't understand yet. Like, why is it, like, what is that big fucking ball in the sky that is extremely bright? Well, it's a god. It's a higher being. It's a thing we can never understand. It's a spirit. Or what is the thing that comes after it? The moon, or whatever it will be called by the people. And they say that's a god. Or why do we have not sun? Why do we know how to make fire? Well, it was Prometheus. He gave us fire. And all these things. Who gave us civilization? It was a god. Or what? Wow, why are these animals so fucking huge? It was the gods. And all that. That's how we have like spirits, like animal spirits, or we give animal spirits and all those things. And one thing that I would like implore religious people to do is to read books of other religions. It's not, if you truly are 100% invested in your religion being correct, or you 100% believe your religion is correct, then you reading the book of someone else's shouldn't change anything. Actually, it will give you more fuel to be able to have a proper dialogue with them. Like, every Christian should be able to, not every Christian, I guess, but a Christian should read the Quran. A Christian should read, should start somewhere, the fucking Bhagavad Gita. Is that people should read these books so they can fundamentally understand where people are coming from. Because there are a lot of people who are on one side or the other who are saying their religions are correct and don't know a damn thing about the other people's religion. Even if you 100% believe that they are wrong, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't understand it, right? There's always more to learn. See, there's always more to learn. Some people should read the Gita, or the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, I'm not sure about the Talmud. I guess it's not technically like a religious text. Oh shit. But like the Bible or the Greek mythologies and Norse mythology, Roman and all that. Like you should read it so you can understand. You like understand people, because religion does play a part in like somebody's culture and the way that they think, their upbringing. It plays a part. Like, of course, like someone who's like Muslim or somebody who's a Christian or Hindu can fundamentally be similar, but there are things that they in their upbringing that were influenced by religion, and that's all I have to say. So, yeah, as an agnostic, there's always more to learn. I cannot, I guess I can't have enough faith to say that there is a religion, and I can't exactly, or say have enough faith to say that there is a higher power, but at the same time don't have enough faith to say that there isn't. So, as it comes down to it, it's just, bro, don't be a dick. And people, I would say especially Christians, especially from where I live, you don't need to try to treat every interaction with somebody who isn't part of your religion as some type of test, as in like a test to convert them. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't particularly like it when I deal with Christians who try to convert me. Like, you do not understand how patronizing you sound. Because a lot of times, some of them try to make atheists sound like we're fucking idiots. Like, dude, I read the book. Just because I didn't interpret the specific way that you did, and you assume your pastor probably did, doesn't mean that I'm like fucking some antichrist, or that, nah, I'd rather sin. Like, I'm not, I didn't do that. That's not what happened. I just don't believe. Just like I'm not gonna try to stop you from believing. Like, yeah, of course there are dickhead atheists who make fun of people's religions and all that, but in general, or like make fun of somebody's religion unprovoked, but in general, it's like, I don't need you to try to sit here and convert me. Please stop. It's not that serious. And it's okay to like talk about like religions, because they play a part in you, right? Because I mean, for me, maybe a little bit less compared to like somebody who's like an atheist who was raised like evangelical or something like that. Because I see in comments, because I've watched like atheist videos, and I see in comments like, why are you even talking about, why are you talking about Christianity? You don't believe in it. Why are you talking about it? And we're like, well, religion tends to be a very fundamental part of your life. So you cannot be surprised when somebody wants to talk about a paradigm shift, a complete shift in their life, because they went from a Christian to not. Like, come on now. Like, but people shouldn't be restricted from talking about things just because they don't believe in it. Like, then I shouldn't be able to talk about a lot of things. Like, I don't believe in Christianity, but I'm more than willing to talk about it as I get through it. Right now, I'm reading through it, like, basically again. And right now, I'm like in Esther or something like that. And when I finish it, I'm gonna talk about it. Well, when I finish the Old Testament, I'll talk about it. Then when I get to the New Testament and finish it, I'll talk about it. Because I like talking about things. And religion is a very interesting subject for me. But anyway, I just wanted to elaborate more on what I was talking about in the video. And I did this basically because I don't know if I'm gonna cut it out. But if I don't, I'm probably gonna put it somewhere within this video. Like, cut it out of the video, but save it in this video somewhere. But anyway, have a nice day. See ya.